all the pressure that I had, because I found breastfeeding really, really hard. And, I mean, I found it really hard because I didn't have the right support. If I'd had one good person to come in and show me how to latch on the baby properly, I wouldn't have had the bleeding, wouldn't have all those, all agonising pain, I wouldn't have had all that. But I actually got to the point where I was... I can't believe I'm saying this, where I was pretending that I was breastfeeding and then bottle feeding my baby upstairs. I was so glad with the pressure because I felt so guilty for all the reasons, the weight of evidence.
You felt guilty because
but hang on, let me finish.
pressure.
The weight of evidence that says that breast milk is probably one of the most extraordinary things on the planet. You know, the temperature changes by 1 degree in the room and your breast milk changes that to fit your baby. You know, it does so much good for you and for your baby. And so I had this on my mind the whole time. So I've been pretending that I was breastfeeding, and then I felt so guilty because of everything that I knew. So what I did was I sat for 2 days with her, and it was honestly one of the worst times of my life. Just latched her on and just kept getting her to suck until the milk came back. But when I look back, no, let me finish saying, when I look back on it, I'm really glad, because now I'm really glad that I breastfed her, because otherwise I would have given up.
How long
and I didn't want to give up.
Did you breastfeed for?
Well, Maddie, I still feel so bad about this. I only breastfed her for 4 months because I wanted to breastfeed for 6 months.
How can you feel bad about 4 months?
Because I really wanted to do 6 months, because the evidence of what you give to your baby if you breastfeed for 6 months, and then my next baby was just as...
What do you think she would be like if you'd breastfed for 6 months instead of 4?
Well, I know that her immune system would have been strengthened further, and I know that my risk of breast cancer would have been reduced. I mean, the evidence is, you know, is there. It's fact.
Is it?
There's no evidence that women who breastfeed never get breast cancer.
No, I didn't say that never get, but you reduce your risk by about 40%. And with each child that you breastfeed,
Everything you're saying about your breastfeeding experience is negative. You're talking about guilt, you're talking about doing things in secret. That's what I'm talking about. This pressure is wrong, and as you say, you're very vulnerable when you've had a baby.
Every time another woman...
Why should you be made to feel like a failure?
Well, I wasn't made to feel like a failure. I was made to... I chose to feel like a failure. I was made to realise that it's the best thing for my baby. And I think that it's a shame that we always assume that if another woman says to another woman, come on, try a bit harder, you know, it's amazing. It's immediately seen as one woman having a go at another woman. Why couldn't it be just that a woman is trying to support other women and say, look, this really is an amazing thing?
In life, support is different than pressure. This new pressure group, they are being really abusive.
Yeah. Well, that is wrong, of course, that is wrong.
Breastfeed.
But I mean, you know, I think, and I know that I'm going to get loads of haters for this, I think if you can't even just for the first day that your baby is born, let them suck and get that invaluable colostrum.
You can absolutely
one day. And if other women say, come on, just do it, it's just 1 day out of your life
have a go at it.
to do
If
it.
it's not for you, if you're not good at it, or you... I mean, my older daughter, I did try and breastfeed, and I got so far, but it was so painful, and I did have people showing me how to do it properly. And she was just constantly crying because she was hungry. And then I remember giving her a bottle, and she fell asleep, and it was just such a relief.
But you tried.
I actually felt guilty.
But you
that
tried.
I wasn't
Some people never
her.
try. Some people never put that breast anywhere near their baby's face. Why? If you don't try at all,
you were trying, and you found it very difficult, and now you feel, and because you didn't tick that box, you still feel guilty.
I do.
These years later.
I mean, I have 10 things a day I feel guilty about being a mother, but that one will never leave me. I still feel sad.
It's best that we don't ever give our children anything with sugar in it. You know, it's best.
But colostrum.
But we do. But
colostrum is nectar from the forest.
Don't you think as well that this is an absolutely... It is a first world problem. Because we're rowing over which is the best thing to give up. We know that naturally breastfeeding is the best thing to do. There are mothers around the world who would love their babies to have any kind of food, and we're arguing over which is the best. As long as your baby is healthily fed and looked after, that's the best. You are doing the best job that you can as a mother. Surely that's
I think if you
we should all be
try.
supporting each other, not arguing over whose way is best. Just try and be a good mother in a way that suits everybody and keeps the baby happy. That's what I think. And I didn't breastfeed. I didn't breastfeed. I lasted for 3 days with Amy.
There you go. They got the colostrum.
No.
Nothing. Do you know how important that colostrum is?
We can chat about it later. You should market the stuff. She just said colostrum is the nectar of Judy.
Judy, can I just say, you?